Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 5 of the Random Ramblings podcast.
Copyright.
With me, I have Pedro and Kaelea.
Hello,
Hey,
guys.
what's up?
I am Marc, your host.
I'm Kaelea. I'm not the host, but I do have the mostest toast.
You already used that joke.
Well, it's a fun joke to use.
And I am.
Come up with new material.
And I am Pedro. I am the meteor nut, and I'm trying to sit as far away from the mic as possible because I am naturally way too loud.
That was
Yeah.
actually really.
I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. You're making it easier for me.
Yeah.
Every time Pedro's on the podcast, I have to do extra editing.
I apologize for that. I've listened
Today's
to the
pretty mellow.
podcast. For the record, guys, you may not this is nothing major because I'm pretty sure everyone who does a podcast does this, but I listen to every single podcast we do, the entire thing,
Same.
to make sure it's well,
I do.
number one because I want to hear it because it's interesting in my opinion, but also because make sure the quality's doing well, and I do admit Marc does a lot of work when it comes to editing audio when I'm in a podcast, so I will do my best to, specifically because of the particular podcast we're doing today, I imagine I'm gonna shout a lot.
Ladies
so
and
I'm
gentlemen.
gonna do my best to stay away from the mic.
I should take a picture of
And even then, you will still be able to hear me
formats
fine.
of
Yeah.
whenever Pedro was on.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, yes.
Yes,
but
we
I mean
should, we should
the
post that.
which one? Which one was it? The one with you and Zadie. I should take a picture of that one because
We talked about this last podcast, right?
Yeah. No, we didn't. But
No,
we
we did.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where it was
I
like
don't remember.
Pedro, Zadie.
You can tell
You can tell the
who's
different on the
talking
wave
just by
format.
looking
Yeah,
at the
It was
waveform.
really funny.
But guys,
did.
I am very excited about this particular podcast just because
Spoilers are coming ahead.
spoilers are coming.
Beware.
But and you could probably tell by the title. But Marc, as the host, I will give you the honors of announcing what we're going to be talking about in this podcast.
Ooh, yeah, we're doing an Infinity War podcast.
We're
Fucking
doing
yes.
an Avengers Infinity War. Spoilers ahead. Just saying that
this
right
is-
now, right away. Spoilers,
Doing a
spoilers,
spoiler
spoilers.
cast today,
We're gonna
so-
say that multiple times.
God,
Spoilers, spoilers. So that if any
We'll
babies
say it directly
No,
when
they
we're
won't.
going to start talking
No,
about
they won't.
spoilers.
there's
They're
gonna
still
be some.
going to.
There's still gonna be some people
That's the
who's
internet.
like, why didn't you warn us? Even
Why
though
did you
we're
do
saying
that?
spoiler every minute.
No, leave it, Mark.
What?
Stop
He-
touching my shit.
He just picked up one
Black
of
Rock shooter.
Kayla's.
I have a collection of Nendroids in my room
I don't
because
even know what that is.
It's
Nendroids,
like a
it's like
little
Figma.
nerdy
Can you please put it
figures,
down?
kind of like Pop Vinyls, except not.
Vinyl! Fucking vinyl!
I'm gonna go
Okay.
with Pop Figures.
Anyway, we record the podcast in my room, and I have Nendroids as a collection. So, and Mark casually likes playing with them.
Yeah, I like playing with stuff in my hands. It's either that or I'm gonna eat these cookies that are
Eat
right
the
next to me.
cookies.
But then I was gonna be like,
You wanted to finish them?
Do it later.
Oh wait,
We're on the podcast.
Oh wait, the jingle jangles.
This is unprofessional.
The jingle jangles are from my new dog tags that I got because
I'm just excited. I'm excited, guys. But Kayla, you were saying your
yeah,
dog
my
tags
dog tags. If you haven't, if you've seen the picture in the Discord, have you posted that?
I'm putting it on Discord as of right now and Instagram.
Okay.
So should be there. By the time
In
this
honor
podcast
of
is out,
what
it'll be out.
spoiler, in honor of what happens in Infinity War,
Oh,
I
gosh.
was very sad because life. So I went and got James B. Bucky Barnes dog tags from the first Avenger, and I gave my best friend Captain's dog tags. So we have like best friend dog tags of Bucky and Cap. And I'm Bucky in our relationship, so I was like, here.
You want a little friend you in your dog tag?
That actually is kind of cute. though.
Shut up! I'm being sarcastic.
Also,
Oh, it is cute.
I'm gonna hate you.
this is where you will hear it
hate
first. I also
Civil
plan
War.
on doing a.
Random Rambling Civil War.
Wait.
Ow.
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah. You have to hear it.
Speaking of
You have
Civil
to-
War-
You have to know that I did that.
I'm gonna drop it. I am planning on doing a Winter Soldier cosplay,
That's
and I
gonna be
want to
cool.
do it for SuperCon.
That's gonna be cool.
In time.
That's gonna be cool.
I already have half of it done. I'm really excited for it, and it's gonna be great.
In other news, I got my AirPods today.
You spent a full 5 minutes the last podcast talking about.
Fuck it, dude. They know when they're in your ears.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that
we've
is
come
cool.
full
That is
circle.
cool.
They know when they're in your ears. They know when you only have one in. And I have it set so if I double tap the left one, it plays my music. It plays or pauses my music. If I double tap the right one, it skips it.
Guys, this podcast quickly became a review.
They're so fucking awesome.
Oh wait,
and they're Bluetooth, so
Literally,
I can connect them to
I
other
wouldn't mind
things.
doing a review,
remember what? Earlier today.
Oh,
Pedro called.
okay. So you can talk on a phone with them, and if you double tap, you can answer a phone, or if you double tap, you can hang up the phone. And because there's two of them and they're Wi-Fi, I had one in my ear, Kaelea had the other one, and we were both talking to Pedro seamlessly.
In the same phone call.
Same phone
Like,
call.
okay, I know I gave you shit last podcast for AirPods because they're expensive.
It's worth it.
But it is worth it, and I will give you the props now.
So fucking cool.
I'm sorry.
I'm so happy that I spent the money on these. Like I'm so I love these.
They look cool. It's like a little Tic Tac container, and then earphones.
They're so cool, and they're all magnetically things. You never have to worry about them falling out. Oh my god, I love these so much. And I was kind of yelling over it before, but they're Bluetooth, so you can connect them to other phones. You can connect them to my laptop. I did that before we started the podcast, so fuck yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool, and I love them so much.
For the
Apple,
for the
please.
thing,
Give me an Apple Watch.
there's a website called I think did Thanos kill you?
Oh
kill
yeah,
me.
you talked about that last week.
Kill
But I
dot me.
deleted that part.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, we're already gonna get to that?
Yeah. There's a
Sure.
website called Did Thanos Kill.me.
Oh,
And
God.
it's a random generator, and it tells you if you were spared or not from what happens in the movie. Spoiler. When I did mine, I was spared for life. I'm happy. I'm fantastic. Mark, what happened with yours? Because I know we all did it.
Yeah, I was spared.
Pedro, what about you?
Nope. I did.
For the
I'm
good of the
gone.
universe, you were slaughtered?
Sure. Yeah.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Right. No,
Wait,
no, but
what
it was
happened-
interesting.
Did Zadie get spared?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
What about Beck and Gio?
They
Beck
didn't do
has no idea. Gio, I don't know if he got.
They didn't do it.
Okay.
They didn't do it. Neither of them did it.
I'm going to assume that they were slaughtered for the good of the universe.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah.
Because half of us survived.
So
the other half
yes,
would die.
in honor of Infinity War, the surviving teammates would be Zadie, me, and Mark. And
Oh, gee, thanks.
unfortunately, Pedro, Beck, and Gio would not survive.
I better be a freaking heroic death or something, man.
It's gonna be like one of those deaths, like
I don't feel
Rocket
so good.
watching Groot.
He said dad. James Gunn already said he was like, Dad? And he died.
No.
Okay, that being said, I guess let's
Yeah,
go
we
straight
are-
into it. Freaking Avengers Infinity War. Holy freak, that movie.
Okay. Casual
Where do we
reminder.
start?
Casual reminder. The event.
It's a
We
spoiler.
all saw it as a group.
And we saw it
Opening
day.
night.
Opening
Opening day.
We saw it opening
Thursday night.
That was
Midnight
worth it.
release. It was
Worth
so worth it.
The people in the theater made the experience so better. So much
That's
better.
why you fucking, that's why I watch movies opening night.
Yeah.
That's why I watched Black Panther 4 times, dude. Those audiences were so good.
Me and Mark have already seen Avengers twice.
Yeah, probably gonna watch it again tonight.
Exactly.
No, I have to work tonight. Whatever. I'm gonna watch it again.
Nice.
Like, it was that good of a movie.
That was fucking fantastic, man.
The Russo brothers did fantastic.
Their ability to
To make like giant
Create-
casts
not
work
just that,
together.
their ability to create more than one MacGuffin, which is very interesting.
It was
Oh, yeah.
it was
Because
seamless.
they were able to like separate the one MacGuffin and turn it into 6, but also still have it as one, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
it's just the way it goes, like space, whatever the fuck, whichever
Final
other
Frontier.
the other fucking stones that you get. I forgot how it went, but it was like he gets each stones. The way he gets
by
each stone,
one.
yeah, it's very interesting. The way
Oh yeah,
they
you
were able to do
really
that.
see like the journey he goes through. To the only one that we don't really see him get is the
Power.
Was it the Power Stone?
'Cause he already starts
from
out with
Xandar,
it
yeah.
from-
Which
Nova Corps
'Cause there's
is
no
dead.
Nova Corps
there's-
is dead, but I feel like that will lead up to a possible Nova film. I imagine.
Of course.
I doubt it.
Like yeah,
But
I doubt they would give him
in
his
the
own
current
movie.
MCU, I highly doubt it though.
I doubt they would give him his own movie. I know he'll be a character eventually, but I don't think they'll give him his own movie.
If I see him starting off as a Guardians character.
I mean, of course.
I have a question.
It's the only character he can be. It's
For
not like he's gonna be a
the
Thor
rest
character.
of this podcast, can we honor Bloopy Loop's comment in the Discord saying Thanos?
Thanos.
That's how Ebony Maw calls it.
Hashtag Thanos.
Oh, yeah. And
Guys, comment down below
No.
with the hashtag
No.
Thanos.
Stop
just
it.
hashtag
No.
us on
Stop it,
Thanos.
stop it.
In social
No.
media, tag us and just
Stop it.
hashtag.
Stop. No.
Stop.
Thanos.
Stop doing what you're doing. Stop it.
Stop doing it.
It's
No.
fun.
No.
It's
No.
Fucking... If you watch the movie, you have no idea who Ebony Maw is because they fucking ruined the Black Order. I hated that about the
True.
movie. That's the part that I hated about the movie. They ruined the Black Order, and I was
They
really
really
excited
did.
to see them. Fucking Corvus Glaive didn't do shit. Ebony Maw was like didn't do what he was supposed to. He's supposed to break minds. That's his whole thing. Like he's supposed to be a super talker, but he didn't do anything. He's just like, I'll take it off your corpse, and then he like did the whole like Doctor Strange thing with the fucking needles and
Excuse
shit.
me,
But he
Earth
didn't
is
do anything.
closed. There was a lot of good one-liners.
Oh,
in
there
that
was a
movie.
lot of great one-liners.
The entire movie is a one-liner.
Yeah. I feel like
Hi, puppy.
going back to the whole thing about the Russo brothers. I feel like if and when, because it's not gone, but when we bring back Media Mash, because I know that's been on a hiatus for a while, but when we bring back Media Mash, one of the questions I do want to ask the audience would be best who is the best like directors for Marvel? I feel like a lot of people will point to the Russos just because they've done such
Yeah.
great work.
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
so much. And
Yeah.
then a better question will be
Especially
what
with the Captain
Russo
America
film
series.
was like the best. Like,
Nah,
good gosh.
I don't think they were the best. I think James Gunn was better.
Oh no, I mean don't get me wrong,
'Cause-
James Gunn did an amazing job with Guardians. Like
It's just 'cause-
good gosh.
You already had like so much foundation built upon Infinity War.
Mhm.
When James Gunn did, he was able to capture audiences from a very very obscure
Extremely
comic book.
obscure, yeah.
comic book group that not a lot of people knew about. Remember
Yeah.
when it first started? They were
I've-
like,
Oh yeah.
Who the hell the Guardians?
What the heck are
Really?
the Guardians? Is that a
Speaking of the
tree? Is that a
Guardians?
raccoon?
Yeah.
My only experience with the Guardians before the movie came out was when in Disney XD they had this one Avengers show called Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yes.
And the Guardians appeared. But the thing is that it's a completely different roster than the one we're
Of
used
course.
to. Where it's like the only ones that we know that were there who were part of the Guardians in that show was
You already ate pink.
Star-Lord,
Wait, speaking of
Rocket, Groot, and funny enough, Adam Warlock.
really, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But really quickly, speaking of Guardians, in Guardians 1,
Mm.
he dealt with mommy issues.
Yeah.
In Guardians 2,
True.
he dealt with daddy
Daddy
issues.
issues.
In Infinity War, he dealt with in-law issues.
You
said that terribly. You don't even know how to make a good joke.
I mean, I'm just saying the truth.
No.
Okay.
In Guardians 1, he dealt with mommy issues. In Guardians 2, he dealt with daddy issues. In Guardians 3, he dealt with stepdaddy issues.
Don't.
I
God.
feel like
Not
you go.
stepdaddy.
Yeah, it is.
good gosh.
He's not a stepdad.
Gamora.
Well, Gamora, but
Yeah, Gamora.
Wait.
he's not. Thanos.
What?
Thanos is not.
Close enough. Come on. Close enough.
Thanos.
Coulson up?
Coulson enough.
Hashtag bring back Coulson. But
He's already bringing Marc back. You don't need to
Yeah.
do
Well, he
no.
was in
Shield,
Shield.
the Agents
that. No,
of Shield.
he's already being brought back in Marvel.
Yeah, Captain
Oh.
Marvel. Captain Marvel. He's
Oh,
gonna be a
yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah.
He's gonna be a main character there. What I wanna. I mean, there's
Really quickly.
so much to talk about.
Really quickly.
Let's talk about our overall.
How about we talk
thoughts
about
of
why the
film.
fuck people like rock candy so much? I'm sorry.
Okay, Mark.
He's biting a rock candy.
Yeah, he's
Like, who
eating.
wants to eat rocks?
Okay,
I don't.
really quickly.
Sorry. Back on topic.
I
hate this thing so much,
I'm going to
but it tastes good.
answer this first for Mark. So
Oh wait, are we already going to questions?
I guess.
it's correlating.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, what part of Infinity Wars really got to you? I'm
Well,
gonna
I mean, before we answer that, I feel like we should at least talk about our opinions of the film first.
Give
and
me a second.
then
We're gonna go into
really
that.
get into the major spoilers. You
we're
know,
gonna get into that. But
like we
I'm
should
gonna-
at least share. Our
can I please answer this question for Mark?
No.
Is it a spoiler?
We'll get into
Is
it
a major
later.
spoiler?
Yes, it is. I know exactly what she's gonna talk about.
First let's share our opinions.
Okay, fine.
Of the film.
I know exactly what she's
and
gonna say.
then
I'll say it first because
talk about the major spoilers, just because.
Fine.
Yeah.
You can
But,
answer it for yourself.
But no,
'Cause I wanna go off your
okay,
reaction.
overall, what were your thoughts of the film? What were the good? What were the bad? You already mentioned a little bit about the Black Order.
All right.
Yeah, they fucked.
I can
mean,
Started with I guess Kaelea. I don't want to.
right to left, right to left,
Right to left. Right to left.
right to left.
You okay with that, Mark?
I'm okay with this fucking stupid ass rock cannon. This shit sucks.
I'm gonna take that as he's okay with
Okay.
it. So
It is.
Kaelea?
Okay, so
You are correct.
my expectation was first and foremostly, not only did I know what was at least going to happen
No,
when
you
I went in.
No, you didn't. You did not.
Oh my
you keep
God.
saying that. No, you didn't. Nobody did.
Look.
No, you did not.
Okay.
No, you did not. You want to know how I know you did not? Because you were saying, "Oh, I was saying this the whole time." You did not say a word.
No.
You did not say a word.
I-
You did not. No, you did not. No, you did not.
All right. That being said, guys.
I love how I can't even say anything.
Okay.
without
'Cause I know what you're
choking
gonna
down my
say.
throat.
Okay, but like, your thoughts on the film. Okay, so let's go with the ideas that you knew what happened. Okay, past that.
I had an inkling of what was gonna happen.
Okay, past
Thus,
that.
I mentally prepared myself.
Past that.
she did
It was really good. I loved how, in my opinion, the transitions were almost seamless.
I like that. Yeah, I could agree with that.
I liked a lot of the delivery for lines. Everyone was great on characterization, especially with interactions like, say, Benedict Cumberbatch versus Robert Downey Jr.
That was great. And then the Guardians with Thor.
Guardians with Thor was Pirate Angel.
Pirate Angel.
Thor-
Hashtag Pirate
Pirate
Angel.
Every line by Thor was amazing.
Thor
Chris
and
Hemsworth.
Drax.
Chris Hemsworth in this movie was probably the MVP.
Yeah, I
The absolute MVP.
him and in my opinion, I admit I'm biased, but him and Tom Holland, I'd say, are like, good gosh.
No,
amazing.
him and Tony Stark.
Yeah. Thor and Tony.
You have to look at where they started.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
They
true,
were
that's true.
probably the MVPs, if not Thor was the MVP.
No, he was up there, but I think Tony Stark was way better.
Well,
I
You have
feel
to
like we all have our own opinion.
You have to remember that that he
Tony's
was
just a
the
man.
only one. He's just a human being, and he was the only one to make Thanos bleed throughout the whole movie.
that is true. No.
He was the only one. Yeah,
Well, yeah. Okay.
Thor doesn't count because he's not a human being.
I feel like
He's an Asgard. He's a god.
the action scenes were
It's like
the
were the
action scenes
same.
were very well done.
They're the same as all Marvel movies. All shaky and shit. I hate that. Every Marvel movie has had this. Every
That
Marvel
is
movie's
true.
had this. It's like the camera's like
Oh, I
this.
didn't notice.
Shit.
I
Yeah.
didn't notice the shake.
But-
to be
Well,
honest.
most people don't. It's because like I'm a
Yeah,
camera guy.
you're the camera.
I'm a camera guy, so I
happens
know
toward
those
the
kinds of
end?
things. I see those kinds of things.
I was okay with. Mentally, I was okay with.
I was fine. You were saying how you were mentally prepared. I knew, like, I had.
I just didn't know who would go.
What I was gonna say. Oh, okay. I still don't want to really get there for. I feel like we're really gonna start talking about that when we get there. But like,
We'll do a list.
Oh,
We'll list
I
it.
like how, similar to what you're saying with the transitions and how characters interact. I also liked how each character kind of joined the fray.
God, yes.
Where it's like it all just happens so naturally. Where it's like first it's like this is where I'm gonna get into some spoilers, but basically it was like, okay, Hulk land. You saw this in the trailers, but Hulk landing in Strange's thing, and then I don't know where like. And then Strange summons Tony Stark, and then when the aliens came down, suddenly Spider-Man noticed, and he went. And then meanwhile,
Excuse me, Earth is closed.
yeah, and then friggin' meanwhile, like Thor being defeated by Thanos in the very beginning of the film, like he's just like floating off in space, runs into the Guardians because they got his distress signal, and it was like seamless upon seamless upon seamless. It all happened so natural.
It's natural.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that. I feel like a lot of people could say yes or no to it, but my personal opinion about the balance between comedy, drama, and action was very well. I liked it.
Also,
I think it was too much.
the way they did
Because like even
Thanos' arc of getting
Oh
these,
god,
the
no,
stones,
this movie is
it makes-
Thanos' movie.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
You have to see him
This
as the
is the
protagonist.
Thanos
Yeah.
movie.
Because like the whole time I'm like, what? Why is this happening? This is weird. This isn't supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen like this. But then if you see it as from Thanos' perspective, it's like, oh shit, it's following, ordinary
Ordinarily, it would follow
ordinary tropes, like
the
ordinary movie
Avengers,
tropes.
but like instead it did a complete reverse, where it's like
Because
you're
they've
following.
had their story. Every other movie was about them. Like we've
Yeah.
had like since like the Avengers
Iron Man.
since whatever the first time we saw Thanos I don't know.
Oh
What
yeah,
was.
Avengers. The post-credit scene. In
Yeah,
Avengers
they've been hinting at him for so long and have had this build up for so long that they were able to just make it about him, make the entire movie about.
I remember.
Thanos.
I remember when I first saw Thanos. When I first saw Avengers with my family, like in the theaters, and he looked so.
He turns.
And he looked but not only that he looked so menacing. And then in this, like in this movie,
He's more grape.
He well okay. Besides that, but more like not all, like yes, he's still menacing, but it's like you really feel for the guy at times.
He looks more like a dad.
Humanized.
It's like,
He's
dang
like
that I don't want to like you, but I like you because it's like he. And I feel like that's what really makes a great villain, similar to that of like characters like Killmonger and Vulture, where it's like when you get someone to love a villain but also make them feel guilty for loving that villain, that's when you know you're doing a really good job. It's like, you know what, I really care about how you feel, especially with that one scene with
we don't talk
him
about
and
Loki
him and the Soul Stone. But...
Yeah.
By the way, how did you guys feel about the revelation of Red Skull being the guardian for the Soul Stone?
Okay, so that's a spoiler right there, but yes, good. I did not see him coming.
No, I
did not see him coming.
Yeah.
You and I screamed.
Yeah, we were the only one. It happened, and then we fucking screamed at the top of our lungs.
We're like, oh wait, I'm gonna go.
No,
right now, I'm
no,
across
no.
Kale's room, and I was like, what?
No, yeah. We like the whole theater was silent, and me and Pedro just like screamed at the top of our lungs. It was interesting.
I
was
shrunk
so-
into my seat even further because of.
You can't talk. Don't even. Your entire existence is a shrinking into your seat.
That's mean.
It's true.
That's mean.
Don't feel hurt. You don't feel hurt. Fucking. Out of all the shit you say to me, that's the one thing that you get hurt
I have
by?
so many questions about that. So many theories of like, cause it was the Tesseract.
Yeah.
That's
well, it's the Space Stone.
there.
It's the Space Stone.
Yeah, the Space Stone,
Makes
which
sense.
just so happens to lead him to where the Soul Stone is. But that could also be said where it's like maybe the space because the Infinity Stones are connected.
Yes.
It could be like, oh, like I'm gonna send you to.
Well, that's the whole point. Like he
it's
says
like retribution
that.
almost.
He says that. He says like I was deemed unworthy, so now I'm here to guard this one.
Unworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unworthy.
Don't
Yeah.
stop it. Stop
Okay.
it.
Don't stop till you get enough. Woo, dude.
I was thinking more of like unworthy Thor, but
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
that
know.
was too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
It's like
speaking of unworthy Thor, Stormbreaker though. But yeah,
Well, wait. Can I talk about Stormbreaker for a second?
yeah. Oh, for the record, the real quick on Red Skull, it wasn't the same actor. It was actually the guy who played. No, it wasn't. It was actually the guy who whoever still watches The Walking Dead. It was the guy who plays Jesus on The Walking Dead. He played this version of Red Skull, and for
he's
the
an
record,
impressionist.
you don't
That's the
notice
whole
it.
point.
You don't notice it.
No, because he's an
Actually,
impressionist.
He did a great job. He did amazing.
That's
yeah.
the whole point. He's an
That's the point.
impressionist.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. I'm just saying, great kudos to you, dude. Like, also, I'm noticing a lot of Walking Dead representation in the Marvel universe when you really pay attention to it.
Well, yeah.
That and Game of Thrones. But
You got Michonne. She's
yeah,
a
Michonne, and then there's like Jesus, and there's like one or two other characters that I totally forgot are in there, but they appeared. I don't know.
What was I gonna mention?
You were talking
can I talk
about the
Stormbreaker for a second?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Thor's new hammer.
with Odin being gone and Thor now gaining the powers of Odin, quote unquote, one thing everyone's forgetting is, more towards the comic side is Yggdrasil, Tree of Life, and I think, with Stormbreaker, it's kind of like paying more of a homage to that because we haven't really talked about the Tree of Life and that guardianship that Thor has over it in the MCU.
Yeah, they do. There was a whole scene in the first movie talking about what the Tree of Life is and how Asgardians guard it.
Yeah, but like,
I guess what it is
because of that, but like, I feel like the hint of the representation for that in Stormbreaker is that Groot, which is a living tree alien creature, provides the handle for it.
Which is really interesting and
Because
also leads to
you can
more
take that
theories
as that.
I have.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I don't know why they like. Well, I guess because I wanted them to do Yarbjorn because that's how he like does it in the comics. Like he loses Mjolnir and then he gets Yarbjorn.
I feel like with Stormbreaker it's just because they wanted to do a homage, like similar to what Kaelea was saying. It was a homage to obviously the Marvel Cinematic Universe takes representation of all forms of Marvel Comics. And if you were to compare Stormbreaker to Yarn, I feel like
It's the same thing.
I feel like yes, but like when it comes to popularity wise, I feel like a lot more people resonate towards Stormbreaker.
Well, I was just thinking because it sounded cooler.
That is also true. I mean, really,
Yarbjorn.
Yarbjorn. That's. I feel like more people would want Stormbreaker.
Yeah, of course, because it sounds cooler.
Yeah.
And they already teased Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, in
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, he was like on the side of the building with his
what's his face's
the Grandmaster.
Jeff Goldblum's champions.
It's interesting. Also, I don't know what Kaela's gonna if Kaela wants to say anything about this, but for those of you who are worried about that first part in the movie, if it mattered, but for characters who are missing, like Valkyrie and I always forget his name. Korg
with a G.
Yeah, they're from what we can tell, they're fine.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Taika Waititi.
I thought that was so interesting that he did the character for it.
That was funny. It was funny. He was a very funny character. But yes. In a recent interview, the Russo brothers already mentioned that they're fine. They didn't die. They were actually able to get a bunch of our Asgardians out of the ship. Which I admit, it's like I wish we could have actually seen that.
No, let's be honest. The reason why they said that was because they couldn't show it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. It's like the bullshit that directors say whenever they can't get a specific character. It's like, he decided to lose.
Like how James Gunn on Twitter was.
Kraglin
was saying how like Kraglin didn't appear in Infinity War because he was off on a secret mission.
Like, get the fuck out of here, a secret mission.
And that's why when you see the Guardians, you see them in their ship and not like Yondu's ship, and I'm like, I feel like we could have seen, or at least get a reference.
Exactly, they could have said something.
At least mention it in the movie.
If it's
similar to Thor, like Thor at any point could have mentioned, because a lot of I remember.
Are we talking about Valkyrie?
We're talking about multiple characters.
So you got pizza for yourself, but not us.
What?
What's wrong with you?
My grandpa gave it to me.
Lucky, but I feel like I guess that's one small complaint that people have been complaining about, where it's like certain characters that you don't know happen, they just out of nowhere answer them online.
Yeah, that's because they couldn't get them because it was bullshit.
Yeah,
the directors are just bullshitting their way through it.
Oh god, yes.
That's all they're doing.
I'll be even more upset if you find out that that's a deleted scene, and I'm like, that would have been so cool.
If it was a deleted scene, then that'd be different. But like, I feel like they're just bullshitting their way because they couldn't like get the actors, or it was a scheduling conflict or something in real life, and they were like,
But here's the big question. Here's the character that everyone wants to know.
What?
Where is Miek? Everyone wants to know.
He's dead.
Where is Miek?
He's dead. If they said Korg and Valkyrie, then obviously he's dead.
Miek, no. Oh, hey, no. Hey, look, he's alive, guys. What was your question?
Fucking.
Oh, God.
Well, like
but,
Heimdall.
Oh, yeah, I was sad with Heimdall. Well, I was sad with every character, but yeah, like...
He's such a badass. Like, that's what I'm gonna miss.
I honestly
he's
thought...
such a badass in every movie.
Such a great
Really
character,
quickly,
too.
I thought Heimdall was also a possibility for the Soul Stone.
Yeah, same. Everyone thought that. That was a big theory.
Well, up until the movie. Up until the movie, I was like, nah. Because you have to remember, every Asgardian has, like, their own thing.
Yeah. Like, their own special power.
Yeah, that was his.
I feel like that was another thing that I wish they could have, like, at least mentioned in Infinity War. Because the whole concept of Thor Ragnarok is that Thor... it speaks about how Thor gets his power from Asgard itself. And Asgard is the people.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, it's like... Unless you really paid attention... Unless you saw Thor Ragnarok right before Infinity War.
He is the people now.
No, not that. No, it's because it's already been... Oh, wait, you weren't here when we were saying this. But basically, I don't know if you heard this, Kaelea, or not, but the Russos mentioned already that both Korg and Valkyrie escaped with a group of Asgardians.
Okay.
And me and Marc were saying how it would have been better if they showed that, or at least mention it. Because then that brings up a bunch of questions about, like, how does Thor keep his powers and all that. And
well, it was never that it was never that Asgard was how he gets his powers. The whole thing was like, are you the god of hammers? No, you're the god of thunder.
Well, yeah,
So that's
but
why he gets his
well,
powers.
yes,
It's
but
not
there's
the whole thing was because it was okay for Asgard to go because Asgard is not a place. It's
the people. Yeah, but there's also Charlie from Emergency Awesome. By the way, great channel. If you love comic books, check that out. But anyways, he was. I remember I was watching a video of his where he was explaining something. I don't remember all of it, but he mentioned some kind of connection between Thor's powers and the well-being of the Asgardians. I don't know.
What?
I don't know exactly what it is.
They never said any of that.
Ooh.
I don't know exactly what
Speaking of
it
Thor, that
is
fight
or
scene.
means. Oh,
That
every fight scene.
Bring me Thanos.
Oh, one thing. Speaking of
Knocks out half
fight,
the field.
okay. I'm gonna ask a question to you guys
Is
after
he
I
on
mention
our
this,
side?
but real quick,
He's on our side.
but real quick, I love the fact that it went full circle for Loki when it comes to he was like fighting instead it's like we have a Hulk, and I'm like, you deserved it.
No,
You
that
deserve- I don't
that
care
line.
what people say. I don't care what people say. At that moment alone, I'm like, Loki, you're an Avenger.
Out of all the people who
No, he's not.
Loki's an Avenger.
No, he's
I
not.
can't
No, he's
say
not.
that.
That line that line just shows like the dynamic of the character because he you know he not only that, it was like in Thor Ragnarok where he goes my sons, and he says it with Loki in present, so like he's seeing himself as an Asgardian now, like, and he sees himself as an Asgardian because he goes he son of Odin.
Yeah.
So like he like the character has had such a great arc in that he didn't see himself as an Asgardian. He didn't see himself as, you know,
Right.
one of them,
The son
like
who's
a
always
son of
adopted.
Odin. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he sees himself as
Speaking of which,
brother of Thor.
I feel like out of all the people who have died,
we're gonna make
Loki's-
a list. Of
we'll
characters
list it
who
out.
died.
but Loki's dying line was probably one of the greatest.
No, he's not dead.
Well, we pretty figured much.
I mean, yeah,
No,
there's hints saying that he's not dead.
Yeah.
It's he's not dead because he's a frost giant. You have to
He
remember
would have
that.
turned blue.
He would've
The
turned-
Asgardian, the Asgardian thing is like a hallucination or whatever you want to call Loki's, shape-shifting, whatever he does. But that shape-shift Asgardian look would have went away, and he would have turned back into a frost giant.
I
if he
admit
died.
though that does kind of make me feel sad, just because then it's like, well, does that mean that he left Thor there?
No, his dying line wouldn't be, the last words wouldn't be, "You really are the worst brother." They would do such a greater.
That's
depth
why
in
it's
that. They wouldn't like Thor's dying line
Yeah.
for Loki wouldn't be, "You really are the worst brother." No, it'd be like, "I love you" or something.
it'd be
Yeah.
but Loki's quote unquote dying line on the sun will rise on us again, brother. That was a good line.
No, it wasn't. It was you'll never be a god, because he says it in his one thing. Is like holding. He goes, "You'll never be a god."
Real quick before we get to like the death spoilers and everything, but right before that, I do want to ask.
Can I list them?
Best
No, you can't.
action scene in Infinity War,
Easy.
like best fight
Easy.
in.
Thor coming in at the end of the battle and knocking out half the field with his powers.
That
Easy.
was bad. That
No.
was pretty bad.
Nah, it was when Tony was fighting Thanos by himself.
Ooh, that was a good one too.
Comparable, yeah.
When
That was
he
another one.
when he stomps down his hand and then he like does like the left hook into his face.
Oh yeah, I love the combo of Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Star-Lord, where Spider-Man and Star-Lord were using Doctor Strange's portals, and it's like portal quick, portal punch, da-da-da, and then like Star-Lord just like
Magic.
puts a bomb on it. It's like boom,
Magic.
he
Magic with a kick.
he flips him off and just like falls, and it's like that is amazing, that is great, and I loved it. It gives a lot of like character to the fighting, which I always appreciate in Marvel films.
Yeah.
And then certain little team ups, which I'll probably ask once Kaelea comes back. But one thing I really liked is the team up between Bucky and Rocket. That was fun
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Where it's
I love like his little like hints like, "Bring it on, space dogs!" I don't know what it was, but that line was like really
again,
really
like
good.
this movie is chocked filled with great one-liners.
Yeah.
Good gosh, like you can make, and you could probably like fill up like, I don't know, 5 pages filled with great one-liners in this film.
Or Doctor
Goodness
Strange
sakes.
when he was fighting Thanos.
That whole thing he did with the like
No,
if Zadie was
that was what I
if Zadie was
wanted in
here,
Doctor
she probably
Strange.
won. the whole thing of him like with the 6 hours
and using the magic, like when he like at the first strike that he did before that whole like group assault, when he had the sword, like that's what I wanted in Doctor Strange. That would have been amazing. That like all that entire everything that Doctor Strange did was what I wanted in Doctor Strange. Yes, because in the comics he like actually uses magical spells and like does stuff.
I guess because in Doctor Strange he was still like starting out, and then at this point he's already the Sorcerer.
But the thing is, like they like even before that fight, they did what I didn't like was use the damn like circles. Like all they do is use the circles. All they do just ching and like with the fist circles. All they do is that, and I just want them. I want him to delve more.
Yeah, because I know they could do so much more. Similar to because I was from
before we get off of that, people were saying that they didn't know when he used the Soul Stone. I saw the movie again. In that sequence, you can see the Soul Stone light up, and
when he brings back Vision.
He talking about the Soul Stone. He used the Time Stone when he brought back Vision.
Oh yeah, true.
He uses the Soul Stone to find which one had the soul, and that's how he found out which one was the real Doctor. Like, cause I saw it, like I was looking at his hand.
That's cool.
I was looking at his hand when I saw it again.
That's cool. But Kayla, we were talking about because I brought this one up is you already answered best action scene, but also like I was gonna bring up like best team up as well, and I already know one of your answers is probably gonna be Bucky and Rocket.
Oh God, yes.
Yes.
God, yes. He just
How much for the gun?
How much for the gun?
Not for sale.
How much for the arm? What?
I'm gonna get that arm.
My favorite because he literally just he looks over and he's like, that's a raccoon. That's a raccoon with a gun. Okay, picks it up, use it as the other side. Spins in full circle.
Everyone has a moment.
Everyone has a great.
I
love that. Every character in the movie had a moment.
Strong suits. Everyone was played to their strong suits.
Even a character like I don't want to be the guy to say this, but it's like if I were to put you know how everyone like kind of like makes jokes about Hawkeye for the Avengers? For me, that joke is from Mantis and the Guardians. But even she was useful.
No, yeah, because everyone had their moment.
Well, okay.
Going off of what you said.
Does
it Star-Lord's fault? Simple question that everyone wants to know.
Let's finish just one thing about
It's like yes and no. Like you can't blame him for going AWOL.
No, you can
because
blame
of his track record, but you can blame everyone.
Everybody.
But he is the most predominant one at fault.
Right.
Or you can blame Thor
for missing the head.
Who aimed for the chest?
Yeah.
Who didn't aim from the head?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to look Thanos in the face and be like, "I got my revenge." Or you can blame Captain America because he didn't want to kill Vision when it was time, and then Vision was like, "Kill me,
Wanda
we're about to lose."
Even then, though, it would have been. I guess,
because he wouldn't have known.
Two things. I have two things.
He wouldn't have known
where
it wasn't
where
like,
it is, right?
Exactly.
Right.
It wasn't just like.
I have two things. Oh, wait. One, when Wanda finally does kill Vision, and like she's just on the floor, like, and low key Thanos is just like, "Your powers are strong." I low key thought he was gonna take her to be a children of Thanos.
I thought we were gonna have a freaking like
a weird story plot thing, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Ooh.
I
was the thing is, I can see it.
No,
I can see it, but not.
He takes babies.
Yeah, I know, but still.
He takes babies. He wouldn't have taken one.
Yeah,
I know.
He takes babies for that reason, so that they're not like, "You're not my real dad."
Yeah.
But also really quickly about Hawkeye. In one of like the many stream comics of like the Infinity War base plot,
right?
One of them is Hawkeye actually ends up killing Thanos because one of Hawkeye's main powers is that he notices patterns.
Right.
So
one of his abilities.
You're talking about like Avengers Assemble. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the cartoon where he's gonna be here at this point in time. Guys, attack there. But he's not there yet, and then he teleports, and it's like, oh, there you go, and then he's gonna back here now at this point.
Yeah. And he's good at that. He's good at that.
Going off of that, I wish they did something like that where they did the time stone.
Yeah.
Cool.
He uses the time.
That would be so
Thanos
cool.
uses the time stone, and he like makes everyone go to dust because he like makes them super old and then like decay. Yeah. But for Thor, because he's an Asgardian, they live for thousands and thousands of years. He just makes them really old, and because of an Asgardian, when the older they get, the more powerful they get.
Yeah.
So he makes them old, and he just makes them stronger and stronger and stronger.
That would be cool.
That was so cool. I like that little comic show thing, animated show.
Actually, you brought up one thing, and I can't believe we didn't bring it up yet. But one thing that I really enjoyed, two characters that I really enjoyed their story in this was Wanda and Vision. I like the fact. I like
Dang.
that we finally get to see like the whole relation. I'm
Yeah.
It's
sorry
Paul
for my
Bentley
but
playing Vision,
Yeah, of
playing Paul
course.
Bentley.
and it's like it was nice. You really felt it, and the whole thing about like like what were they up to and so after Civil War. You see that they were having these cute little secret meetings and stuff. Dating as they're dating. It's
I
like
love it.
this is cute. This is cute. You're gonna die, but this is cute.
I think half the theater was like, alright,
All right,
when the
is
fuck is
Vision?
Vision gonna get his face ripped off?
Good gosh. And then
Stuff happened.
I can't believe we didn't talk about this. I can't believe we
What?
didn't talk about this, but Peter Quill reacting to Thor.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
I'm
He's
sorry.
self-conscious.
Wait, no, you wanna know what that reminded me of? That reminded me from his character back on Parks and Recreation.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so. It's like
Oh, because they're talking about him being fat.
Yeah.
it's like.
And I was like,
Quill,
You're
are you
one
making
sandwich
your
away
voice-
from being fat.
Yeah, that's true. And then it was like, Quill, are you making your voice deeper?
I'm not.
I am not.
No, yeah, there it is again. He's
There
doing it.
it is again. I heard it too. And then like Drax, what is like, I'm invisible, and I'm like,
Oh, hey,
so
Drax.
many great one-liners.
One of
Again,
my
They're
favorite
the
one-liners is that
comedy of the whole thing.
you can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there is no neighborhood.
and then
That hit home.
that hit home. That actually did hit home.
Pedro
Spot-
agrees with me. Mark.
Oh no, you don't agree with that?
No.
Or- oh,
It's,
okay.
just, it's an obvious line.
It's an
Yeah.
obvious line, but it's.
But it-
I liked it. It's something you expect from.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, but
Exactly.
it's
So
nice.
that's why it doesn't hit home because
Um,
you expect it. The
but
best lines are the ones you don't expect.
But with
If you see it
okay,
coming, why,
you guys can.
why would you?
Interaction.
Well,
between
no.
Marvel
I'm
and
gonna say
Spider-Man.
this next thing for when we actually go full on to the death spoilers. But
Can I list them? Can I be the
no.
lister?
No, you can't
Why not?
because I said so.
one thing. Or I don't know if this would count with it. No, it doesn't because he didn't die. But it's like, God, bro. I mean, yes, we have an
He
idea.
got his ass
what it
handed
is.
by Thanos.
Yeah,
Also,
Hulk?
Hulk.
Oh yeah.
wait,
Poor Hulk.
did you notice
He
this
died.
the
Poor
second
little
time
baby
around?
Hulk. Huh?
When Thanos originally fights Hulk in the beginning, did you notice him go for pressure points?
Yeah, he did that.
Because it's like almost a lockout if you do a pressure point.
But the thing is, again,
So
I
maybe
know
it's
that.
the disruption
I don't
of
think
Hulk's
so.
power.
No.
I don't think
no.
so. No, I don't think
it's
so.
'cause
You want to know why?
the
Because
reason-
specifically when Banner was saying like Hulk, I need help, like Hulk would say no. So it's
Yeah,
very
but-
clear that it's Hulk's choice that he's not
No,
doing
yeah,
this.
it's because they're tired. He's as like the conversation that he had with Thor and Ragnarok.
Also
Thor
budgeting.
in Thor Ragnarok. He's
tired.
gotten to the point where he's smart enough to know that they just use him as a fighting dog, and he doesn't like that.
True.
He doesn't want to be used as a fighter anymore.
One of
And they're fighting
Yeah.
they're fighting. I had to swallow.
No,
And they're
that's okay.
fighting. He's finally fighting someone that he can actually die in. So he doesn't like being a fighter, but now there's stakes involved. So now he's like, no, I didn't want to be a fighter in the first place, but now I can die. So what's the
one
point
of the
me
best
coming out?
examples. One of the best examples of that. There was this meme I found on like Instagram or Twitter or something. And there was like it's not really a meme, but it was like this compilation of images from this one comic where you see a bunch of kids hanging out with the Hulk at a farm, and Hulk was teaching the kids how to properly farm some of these animals as a Hulk. So it's like you see him like squeezing like a cow, like not to hurt the cow, but like to make more milk come out without hurting the cow. And he's like so peaceful. He had a bunch of little bunny rabbits in his hands, letting the kids feed them. And it was Hulk. It was Hulk doing all that, and that's in the comics. And I'm like, yo. And then they brought up a very interesting point. Every single time before Hulk became a part of the Avengers that he's fought, he never threw the first punch. Never. Not once has Hulk ever actually thrown the first punch.
Yes.
That's
in
the
a
whole
fight.
thing with the anger part.
Yeah,
He
I
gets
know.
angry and then
No. I know that. But what I'm saying is just that even when he's already Hulk at whatever point, again, he's never the one to throw the first punch, except for maybe like that one line. Someone in the comments is probably gonna be, well, in comic number 1.32 or whatever, they're probably gonna say something. But I'm just saying. That's a very interesting thing to think about.
Well,
That it's
that's the premise behind Planet Hulk. He gets
Yeah.
smart enough, and he's like, well, I'm stuck here.
Might as well make
Might
the
as
best
well.
of it.
Yeah, because he's smart. Like, the only reason why he's never been able to do anything before this is because, like, he's like a baby.
Yeah.
You have to grow to learn and shit. So he's growing.
I really want them to
He's
play.
reached teenager status.
I really want them to play to kind of like play that off, like really take advantage of that storyline for Avengers 4.
I'm
And
not gonna do it.
here's the thing that really got my interest about something that really I came to my mind just now. There's this one scene in like multiple trailers, where you see Banner talking with Black Widow next to this like port thing, and they're clearly in Wakanda. But the
arm.
weird thing, yeah, the arm is broken out of the Hulkbuster, and I'm like, did they just secretly show us a scene of Avengers 4 without us noticing?
No.
Because remember, they already
They're already
basically
filming it. Yeah.
almost done.
No, they already did.
They're almost done filming it.
No, they did.
They finished.
Yeah,
So
they're
with that in mind, it's
they
like
filmed 3 and 4 simultaneously.
what I'm saying
Yeah.
is it would make sense. It's like, oh, okay, so like if this was, I would not be surprised if I see that scene come up
No.
in Avengers 4.
They weren't talking.
They were talking.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No.
I can show you. This,
You're talking about the teaser?
what?
You're talking about the teaser. They weren't. They never said anything. They just smiled at each other. Because that's what the.
But it could show that they're having like a conversation.
No,
Alright.
and they were in
that's him.
Wakanda.
That's him working on the arm for the Hulkbuster. The Hulkbuster that is used at the final battle.
Okay, so what you're saying is that's him like working on it and
Yeah, that's just. It's like.
Oh, because I was thinking he was working on it after the battle. Because remember, one of the first things that happened to the Hulkbuster in that battle in Wakanda was that the arm was ripped off, and I'm like, oh, and that arm just happened to be in the teaser. And he was
No.
literally, so I was thinking, oh, maybe
That's
he's
him
basing
working
it
on it so he can use it.
Oh, okay.
And that's like. And plus, it doesn't even show that she's in Wakanda because she's looking back.
But no,
She's looking back
it
over
shows,
her shoulder.
No, it shows it. I think it. No, I
She's
think
looking back. They're not on the same. They're not at the same shot. They're not at the same shot at the same time.
Huh.
It's him working on the arm, like with this. Because there's a voiceover behind it.
Yeah.
That's why I knew they weren't going to be able to talk because there's already a voiceover behind it.
Oh, that made me
wait.
sad.
So
That's the one where they're like where they say the Sam Jackson part from the first movie, so
Right,
they
right.
could be better, so no one else could or whatever. But
Right.
you know how it goes.
Right.
all right.
So with that being said,
Question.
I can already tell.
From Peach Nico, what part of Infinity War got to you the most?
All right, I already know where this is going, and like Caleb, I know you have that list. Go ahead.
No. Say what happened
Oh.
to what got to you the most first, because then I'll
I
list off the
can't
deaths.
because it's a major spoiler.
We already said
We already said
we've
No,
been
no,
doing
no,
it this
no,
whole
okay.
time.
No,
What
no,
are you
no,
talking
no,
about?
I meant it's a
What the
death.
fuck are you
It's
talking
a death
about?
spoiler.
Okay.
That's what
We've
I'm
already
saying.
spoiled the whole fucking movie. What are you talking
Okay, that's
about?
true.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What are you talking about? It's the whole fucking movie.
Okay,
Alright, can I
fine. Wait, who starts?
We'll say what part got to us the most, and then I will do the list of deaths.
Okay, fine. The thing that got to me most, and it's probably gonna be the same thing for everyone else, but it's well then. It was the scene where Peter was saying to Mr. Stark,
Mr. Stark, I don't want to go.
I don't
Okay.
I don't want to go.
Here's what I have to say about y'all stupid
That was
bitches.
improvised too.
Come
That
on.
was
It
improvised.
was
not you.
improvised.
No, not you.
I
Not
really love that. Like the
Here's
fact
what I
that
have
that
to
was
They
say.
all
don't trust him with
improvised,
the
and
script.
and
That's
it's like-
why.
No, yeah, they don't.
Tom Holland.
They don't trust him with the script.
No,
poor boy.
because Tom Holland is very bad at
Very
keeping
bad at keeping
secrets,
secrets, yeah.
and they don't trust him with the script. So he was just
I
like,
love
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
improvise
you-
half my
I love the
lines.
fact that he's bad at keeping secrets, and
God.
yet he plays one of the most secretive characters in the
MCU.
in Marvel in general. Like one of the major plot points of Marvel itself is the secret identity of Spider-Man. Like everyone learns some person's secret identity at one point, but it's like barely anyone knows the actual identity of Spider-Man during the comics. So it's like, except for like that one storyline in Civil War, but we won't talk about that.
Going off of what you said about Spider-Man, here, let me tell you all this, you stupid people on the internet,
boy.
saying that he was using his spider sense, so that's how he knew. No, you could see it in the movie because I was looking at him when this was happening. You can see dust particles starting to come
Yes,
off of his
that is
hands.
true.
It's so. Stop being dumb. Stop
It took a long time for him.
Yeah, of course. Like you could see the dust particles starting to come off of him.
It would have. I admit it would have been cool if that theory was true, but nah, like after like you said, like you could see it and it couldn't be until someone from the movie really admits it. For now, it's just
a theory.
It's just a theory.
No, not
theory.
Well,
I know he was gonna go that way too.
Yeah.
it's the spider sense is a thing, but not at that very moment.
Okay, Mark, what was the part that really got to you?
When Black Panther died,
I knew it.
I pray to Bast every day.
So speaking of which, when we went to go see it, I was sitting next to Mark, and when after the snap, and after everyone started going, the minute he was like, General, get up, this is no place to die, and then he started disappearing, I looked over to Mark just to see his reaction, and he was just like on the edge of his seat, ready to start bawling, and he was like, no!
My head literally went in between my legs. I literally put my head in between my legs, and like my forehead was touching the seat because I was so upset.
We're going into this, and I'm like...
I was so upset. I pray to Bast every day that he comes back.
God.
Come back. Come back to us, T'Challa. Come back.
It's okay. That being said, okay, Kaelea, please give the list because like I want to say something, but like I want you to say the list first, just to kind of like put something in there.
I don't know what part got to me the most. Jeez.
If you're telling me,
Mark, you were sitting next to me. What part did I really like freak out over?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to you.
You're the part that you
the movie. I was watching the movie.
I already know the answer for you.
No.
I already know. It's freaking obvious with you. You have the freaking necklace.
No, just because Bucky died doesn't mean I'm not okay. It was kind of sad to see him go. Low key, I'm pretty.
Low key.
Stop it.
God.
You cannot talk. Stop.
Okay.
Don't sigh. You're both suck.
I think probably the sad one that got to me was like, yes, all of the character deaths dying in front of the representative people, like T'Challa in front of Okoye, Bucky in front of Steve. But I think the most that got to me was probably Groot and Rocket, because Rocket is seeing Groot die for a second time now.
Good gosh, yeah.
And I was like, no, you just got him back.
You just got the movie.
So I think that was probably the one that got for me. But anyway.
It's like Dad. How does that feel? How does that make you feel? He's saying Dad.
And he's saying Dad now,
he said
so it
Dad.
makes it worse.
They confirmed that he was saying Dad.
Alright, so the Infinity Avengers...
Infinity Avengers?
Oh, wait. The third Avengers movie, Avengers Infinity War.
The Infinity Avengers.
The Infinity Avengers. In order of sequential deaths.
Oh, we're going... Okay.
We're going this way for the people that matter. Loki, quote unquote. Heimdall.
He doesn't count.
Well,
Loki
quote unquote. He was...
Nah, Loki doesn't count. He's not dead.
Whatever. Heimdall. Then, after that, it was...
Gamora.
She's not dead. They already said that she's in the Soul Stone.
Correct.
Which, again, I am a little bothered that they did that.
So, quote unquote,
I don't know why they would say
that. It's like...
You really undercut her entire death.
You really undercut that by...
Like, that was the saddest moment in the whole fucking movie.
If you want to announce it, announce it in the fourth film.
Like, just
why? Why say it? Oh my goodness.
Okay,
but
so quote unquote Gamora, but
she's not dead.
I understand, but still. Then.
I mean, they kind of teased it because when he does the snap and he goes to that, they're saying he's in the soul.
He's in the soul world.
The soul world at that moment, and she's like, "What did it cost you?" And he has the regret.
Everything.
Yeah.
He has the regret.
Vision.
Oh, that scene. We gotta talk about that scene.
Then Vision. Then
Vision dead. He has a giant hole in his head.
In order of the snap.
There's no way he's not. There's no way he's gonna stay dead. To be honest.
What, are you kidding me? He has a giant hole in his head.
Okay,
I can tell you how they'll bring Vision back.
They're gonna upload his AI programming.
Yeah, and they're gonna upload the AI, and it's like
she hadn't split.
Wait. Let me finish. Here's the thing. With Vision coming back, it's for me. It's very simple. Where it's like, okay, they can build a new one because they're in a place filled with vibranium, which Vision is made of, and then it's like, wait, but he needs the Mind Stone to be back. Well, if only they have some.
She's dead.
Like, if only they have someone
I know where you're going
who was affected or had the power.
Wanda's dead though.
She's dead.
Okay, but when they come back?
Well, yeah, I understand that. Anyway,
she's dead.
In order of the snap.
Also, Shuri hadn't split the
neurons.
She hadn't split the neurons of his AI from the Soul Stone yet. So when Thanos took the Soul Stone,
He ripped out half his fucking face.
not just that. He took his AI with him. Because you have to remember the AI
is
is
connected to the Soul Stone.
That was the whole point of
I mean, Mind
why they were
Stone.
doing
Mind
it.
Stone.
Alright.
So like he's dead because he took the AI too. Like
Well,
literally,
they're
it's
gonna
just a
find
husk.
I honestly.
No.
Death's
I'm
after the
first.
snap.
He's just
After
a husk
snap.
now.
After the snap. Bucky,
Bucky.
T'Challa. Didn't M'Baku?
No, not M'Baku. Not M'Baku.
Okay.
Some Jabari tribes.
Yeah,
Some
some
Jabari.
Jabari tribe members.
There's only one in all
Peter,
of
Doctor
Black
Strange.
Panther. There's only one Jabari woman. I remember looking at the credits. There's only one Jabari woman. I thought that was funny.
Peter Parker, Peter Quill, Mantis, Drax, Doctor
That is
Strange.
in no way the order, but okay.
I'm just listing them off
Okay,
now.
now you're just.
You said it was
Falcon.
in order.
Well, Falcon, Groot, and
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Doctor Strange.
I already said Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But that's half your cast
Drax.
gone.
Well, they kind of helped themselves with that.
Yeah.
Because like it was already a monumentous task in and of itself to balance out the movie with them. Now that there's half of them gone, it's not gonna be that hard.
And it's also the fact that it's like
That's a
because
lot of money.
it's the fourth movie and it's the end of a lot of these people's contracts. Like they want to end it with a bang.
They
with
want it
the
to be their-
original
yeah, exactly.
Avengers.
Yeah.
They want it to be their
They want it to
story.
be the original 6, which is why like
It's gonna be a climactic.
like
Their climactic ending.
I'm already gonna say somewhere in the beginning of the movie you're gonna see a scene with that brings Hawkeye into battle where it's like he's gonna be like home and then he sees like if not all
I want
his
his
family.
wife. I want his wife gone. I want him
It
to
would
watch
make
all
sense.
of his
Yeah.
family
It
members
would make
to
sense
go.
if
It's
some of
gonna
their
be so
family members
sad.
go.
Yeah.
Some of his family, like that will bring him into the frame.
Yeah, and then
Oh, and Fury and Agent Hill.
oh yeah, Fury and Angel Hill as well at the end. They do as well, which is like, oh dang, where the freak were you during all this time? Dang nabbit, Fury.
Well, they were talking. They were talking
No.
like, oh, something's happening in Wakanda. They're like, what do
No,
you
no,
mean?
no. I know that, but what I'm saying is like, bruh, like Fury, you know, so many
Well,
moments
S.H.I.E.L.D.
where you
is
probably could
disbanded.
have like.
Shield is disbanded.
No, I know that, but even after Shield was disbanded, he showed up in like Age of Ultron, and then it's like, he was gone for like how many years? And I'm like, I gotta be honest.
From
I
Avengers
feel like
1,
if he showed up in Civil War, I'm like just saying. I feel like if he showed up in Civil War, I feel like he would have been able to talk sense to everyone. Be
No,
like,
no, from-
well,
No.
cool the F down.
from Avengers 1, not only that, but, okay.
Was that your Samuel L. Jackson accent?
Like
by
you
the way?
don't like the your timeline is off. From Avengers 1 to
Yeah.
now 6 years. In Civil
Yeah.
War,
Yeah.
that whole movie takes place in like 2 days. He couldn't have shown up in that time.
That is true.
He
And
couldn't
that
have shown
was
up within
2
2
years
days.
ago from that point
Exactly.
for Infinity War.
Right, I know.
Because
So it's
remember, they've been Nomad Cap and everyone has
Yeah,
been
yeah, I
for
know.
2 years.
So that's why he can show
Nomad
up. It's like
fucking Cap.
it
Oh,
takes place in
God.
2 days. So it's like what's gonna go down, or maybe 3
I
if
don't
you want
know,
to count
it's
the, like,
just-
the last moment.
Fury's
Can-
always able to
Can
do
we talk about
something.
Nomad Cap's
No, we can't.
costume?
No, we
Because
can't.
that was a fucking great suit.
It's
The
the,
beard,
it was the
the
same
hair.
suit.
There
as
was
the
a
other
lot
suit.
of really
It was the
good
same suit as
suits.
the other one.
The
Just
Iron
dirty.
Spider
It's just
looked-
dirty.
Iron Spider looked really cool. The,
Just get the other
Iron
one and
Spider
put it in
Iron
mud.
Spider was
Really
great.
great.
Oh yeah, the way they brought it out.
Yeah, that was great.
Come on, kid,
the
I'll
new,
catch you.
The new Iron, the new
Bleeding
Iron Man
Edge?
armor was really cool.
The bleeding edge armor was
The
dope.
Bleeding Edge armor was great.
Isn't this... Oh, wait. Isn't the next armor for Iron Man going to be the symbiote armor?
What is that? The silver
cell
one,
I
the,
have
the
no idea,
liquid
I
one,
have no idea.
The cell one.
the liquid one that's like he could just like. It's okay. So the one that you're
Yes.
thinking, like I think it's the
I
one
don't think
you're
it's a
thinking
symbiote.
about. So, yeah, it's not the symbiote armor.
Whatever.
Speaking of
Symbiote.
which,
Hold on.
Well, let me. Yeah,
I'll talk
I'll let
about
you
this,
finish.
'cause
Then
this
I'm gonna mention
Because I
something.
love this suit so much. It's my favorite Iron Man suit, past Bleeding Edge. It's literally literally liquid vibranium, and then I think it's adamantium too in the comics. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It is? Okay. So it's like telepathic as well. So literally he just sticks his hand into the air. It flies from wherever it is into his body onto his suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Bleeding
That's
Edge.
really cool.
Yeah, the Bleeding Edge is like in his bones. But this one he's literally just like telepathically like, come to me, suit. and it comes to him. That's
That was
so
really cool.
fucking cool.
Come!
And then
So cool.
It's
It's just
but
like
yeah,
in the
speaking
pool
of
in his house.
that was really cool.
It's
Like,
just like in the
I love
pool
the
in
fact
his
that he was
house.
able to like form anything.
Oh yeah. That's why I like the fight
that's
scene
really
between
cool.
him and Thanos so much because
It was
that's-
so
it's
well
just,
done.
and he's the only person, not
To
just
make
human,
him-
the only being alive to withstand a shot from the Soul Stone,
Yeah,
from the Power Stone.
and that's really crazy.
No one's ever been able to do that except
Yeah.
for him. Just now, just like shh. and then he flies. And
it was really cool.
Does the thing.
Speaking of
what were you saying?
symbiote, I'm not gonna be the one to start any other kind
Venom
of theories,
trailer?
but no, not that. I'm still sticking with Infinity War, but I'm just saying, them. Anyone else notice that? I know that they actually are based off of the comics, but those dog things,
The Outriders.
the Outriders.
Yeah.
Anyone else notice that they looked a little bit like a certain symbiote that we all know and
it
love?
didn't.
No, it didn't.
A little bit. They looked
They've
a
got
little
4
No, they
arms.
No, not the obviously not the fact that they have 4 arms. But
Mouth-wise,
more of just like
The head.
the head,
No.
man. The head
I didn't
and
see
the
it.
No,
color and all that.
They didn't.
Ooh.
They didn't because, and also the like same thing. They're not supposed to be rabid dogs. They're actually supposed to be like, they're genetically altered soldiers, but they can like read your minds or something
Right.
while you're sleeping and shit. And they have other abilities other than that. But they're really cool in the comics.
Okay.
It's the same thing with the Black Order. They ruined the Black Order, and I hate it. I was so excited to see the Black Order. I was so excited to see Ebony Maw break Strange.
Going back to the
didn't.
really heartbreaking stuff though. Like, am I allowed to share what happened to me?
We're talking about the entire
Yes.
fucking
Yes.
movie. What do you?
So, or like Kaelea, you wanted to say something first.
I don't
or-
appreciate Spider-Man's pop culture references. I am on Tony Stark's side with that during that ship scene.
That's
because-
personal. Don't even. That's personal.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna talk about it. I fucking hate the Alien movies.
Oh boy.
I was
You're gonna
emotionally
get a lot
scarred
of
by
hate
it.
comments already.
I don't give a shit.
Alright.
I was emotionally scarred by my mom when I was 6. She made me watch them all 3 in a row, and it like scarred me mentally for like the rest of my life.
They're
So
good
I really
movies.
hate the Alien movies, and I was kind of sad that he had to make the references
They're good
because
movies.
It's fun.
they're great movies. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
Xenomorph.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's-
like the bane of my existence.
Yeah. You're a fan
I
of
don't
it.
like going on Great Movie Ride,
Don't say it's
Rest
not.
in
it's
peace,
dead-
Great Movie
it's
Ride.
dead, so
but
You're
it's
crazy.
dead. So,
No, you're crazy.
but
You are crazy
I don't
because you
give a
think
shit.
face huggers are real.
no.
Yeah, you do. You yourself made a complete argument to me the other day
Yeah, I
if
did.
face huggers are
We
real or
talked
not.
about this.
It's like what the fuck?
gosh. But it's interesting that you mentioned that whole thing about the
'Cause we
pop
know
culture
it's-
reference because even his final
Yes, we do.
words technically
They are
was
not
a
real.
pop culture reference.
How do you mean? What do you mean?
How?
Because I don't want to go. That's actually like they've confirmed already that was a callback to Doctor Who when David Tennant as
Oh,
the Doctor
please.
died.
Fuck outta here.
I don't want to go.
Shit out
Fuck
of
out of here.
British fucking
It also
K.
when you think about it, yeah, like Tom Holland,
He's British.
David Tennant.
I love how the
Fuck
fact
outta
that
here.
in interviews Tom Holland's always paired up with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh my god, I saw a compilation of him like stopping him from saying
from
spoilers.
saying spoilers, and he's just like, ha.
And he says fucking
It's so fucking
It was
grab
freaking hilarious.
that. That is probably me and Mark's
just a boy.
relationship in interview format.
Yeah.
Mark is
yeah,
Benedict. I'm probably Tom Holland. He's just like, nope,
Yeah.
grabs face. Kayla, shut up.
Yeah. But good gosh. With everything that happened though, with those deaths, like you heard how like Mark reacted with Black Panther, but like one by one, seeing all those characters, I just God,
It was all the new
got
kids.
me. It got
course
me.
It was all the new kids.
It was all the
course
new
it is.
kids. But the thing that really scared me, like, as they kept going away and away, and I mentioned it after we left the theater, but, well, first off, I mean, it's pretty obvious which one affected me most, but yes, it was, like, first it was, like, when Black Panther went, I was like, and then it's, like, grew, and I'm like, and then it's, like, finally, the thing that killed me was, like, Spider-Man, and I'm like, no. He was just if you were with them when they were I was bawling.
wanna say
I
it.
was
No,
I was
don't.
bawling.
I have a reference.
I know
And,
what you want to say. Don't say it.
and like
No.
like I remember Zadie
Mm,
had to hold me after the entire movie was done and everyone in the theater left. She had to hold me. I've never been so
Oh,
like
wait. Can I
okay,
do
let me
this?
let me
Can I-
wait, I'm about to get a little personal
Okay.
about this actually. But
Go ahead.
the thing is, the only there are like one or two other movies that's made me feel emotional, but like the most emotional that I could feel, like well, one of them is my most favorite movie of all time, but that's something that I'll say on another podcast someday. But one of the best examples I could put is Lion King. Lion King made me feel really feel a lot because that was the movie I would watch all the time with my dad and my grandfather before my grandfather passed away, and the relationship between Mufasa and Simba really got to me and made me feel this connection with my grandfather and my dad. So it really affects. So now, whenever I see that film, any scene with Mufasa and Simba together gets to me to the point where I'm like legitimately tearing up. But the thing is, that being said, not even Lion King, one of the most emotional movies personally for me, not even that made me feel the way I felt with Infinity War. Like, at the end of Infinity War, I was shaking. Like, my whole body was shaking. I was like, I had a mental breakdown, I think.
You think?
I know. I know.
I know.
We witnessed it.
No. And all jokes aside, like, yeah, I don't... It got to me, I admit. It really did get to me. And it just... Like, I know you guys want to make a couple of jokes about it, but like...
No, I want to make a joke about what was said in Discord chat for a second.
Okay.
No! Stop it!
But all I'm saying is, like...
If you want to know what the joke is, just go to our
Russos-
Discord. Check out our Discord.
Check out our Discord.
But yeah, the Russos did
A
a
fantastic
really good job.
God bless.
Like, 10 years of this, building up, all for it to, like, kind of come crumbling down in the best way. And to the point where it makes someone like me feel this way. Where it makes a bunch of people feel this way at the end of that film. Where it just broke so many hearts in, again, like, the most powerful, best way you can. And it's so powerful. Like, I was bawling my eyes out, man. Kaelea, well, I was going to say something, but Kaelea, you say it, and then I'll say the next thing.
So, in the comments, do your best to assign each of the Ramblers a Avenger who would fit them the best.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Who cares?
We've got Pedro,
my
Marc,
God, why are
me,
you so, like...
Beck,
No,
Zadie,
I
and
mean,
Gio.
that's interaction with
Yeah,
our
of
audience,
course.
dude. It's important.
Comment below who
We
you
told them to
think.
Comment. We don't need this question. Shh. You're
Comment
obsessed
below
with this question.
on
It's a fun question.
who you
Mark.
think is
You ask this question like every
would
2
fit
seconds.
Not to the audience.
not to the audience. I want to see their reactions
Yeah.
because I've already done what ifs.
Yeah. So, like,
Oh my God.
like she said, yeah, like, make sure to comment or in any form of social media, just, like, say which Rambler is which Avenger. Should it be the original 6?
No.
Or just any Avenger?
Infinity Cast.
Infinity Cast.
Infinity
like, anyone
Cast.
in Infinity War.
Correct.
Okay.
Infinity Cast.
Oh, I want to see what they do for me. Meeting would be an interesting character to
I'm excited what
make
they're gonna do for
for
me.
Kaelea, Marc, Zadie, GL, and Beck. That'll be fun.
Marc's definitely Tony.
But
Does an eyebrow quirk after I
gosh.
say that. You're welcome, Marc.
it's
Whatever. I saw.
so much.
Check out Discord if you want to know the jokes that she's laughing at. 'Cause it's not funny.
It is funny.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's a funny joke.
I don't want to. He was just a boy. He was just a boy.
Final thoughts?
Here's the scariest thing. Sorry for interrupting. You want to say your thing first and then
I said final thoughts.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say
We're at 110.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
The scariest thing, in my opinion, about it, and I mentioned this after the movie, and we've talked about this. For me, the scariest thing about what happens in Infinity War is more the fact that almost, if not all, the characters who are faded away. I mean, yes, we know we
They
have
all
very
have
strong feeling that they'll
connections
come
to
back.
who they disappeared in front of.
No.
No, not just that.
We
No.
already talked
The thing that scares me. The thing that scares me.
You said that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yes, they have connections to who they disappeared in front of. But what I was gonna say is that the thing that scares me, because yes, a bunch of them have movies coming up, but the thing that scares me is more the fact that almost all of them are somewhat replaceable in some way.
Because every character in the Marvel universe gets replaced.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
But
not-
it's like
That's not gonna happen.
Spider-Man, it's Miles Morales. Peter Quill, depending on how things go with
Doesn't
Disney and
Shuri
Fox.
take on the Black Panther mantle
Yeah,
at some point?
Shuri could be Black Panther. depending on if Disney ends up getting Fox or not, Peter Quill with Kitty Pryde, friggin' even Groot, and it's like the whole thing. Remember, technically a part of Groot is still there because he's attached to what? Stormbreaker. So technically he could be replaced. Any of the Guardians that are gone, they could be replaced with any other new Guardian.
There you go.
And it's free. Doctor Strange with Wong.
No,
technically that's available.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme.
I know, but what I'm saying is it would be like this is stuff that could be possible.
No, it's not.
Wait,
it's
who's
not
the
possible.
Sorcerer Supreme?
Doctor Strange. It's not possible because they're not going to do that.
Yes?
I'm not saying they will, but it's just
not now in the movies. No.
Oh,
in the comics.
In the comics, he is. In the comics,
He becomes Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
That's the whole really. That's the whole thing about the thing about after Doctor Strange 1, they were like, he's Sorcerer Supreme. Like, no, not yet. He's not Sorcerer Supreme yet. He's just sorcerer. He's the head of the New York Sanctum.
It just really gets it. It just really gets me. I was like,
it's not gonna happen.
I mean, I know it's not gonna happen, but just the whole idea of it, really because they already mentioned that there's something that's gonna happen when it comes to the faded people, and I have no idea what it's gonna be. Whether or not it's the replace, or maybe it's some of the actors who decide to leave. Maybe if they come back, they'll come back looking different.
The only ones that want to leave are the original cast. None of the ones that left are the
and
ones
even
that
then,
leave.
some of the original cast actually stated that after Infinity War they were like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
I know that he wants to stick around.
The only two that want to leave are Stark and Cap. That's it.
I think even Downey said. I think even Downey said he might be willing.
He said he didn't want to do any more movies. He could. Yeah. And he's so Iron Man.
He wants to do.
He could stay around for like what he did with.
Oh, he doesn't want to do any more. Okay. He doesn't want to do any Iron. Well,
like solo movies.
I feel like there's not exactly a chance there's gonna be another Iron Man movie. To be honest, I don't see that.
No, there's not gonna be another one.
No. Like unless they do an Iron Heart.
No.
But I doubt.
I hope not. I fucking hate that character.
Oh yikes.
God, I hate her.
I noticed that a lot of people there was a debate I noticed online where people were like why people love Miles Morales but hate Ironheart.
Because it's not that they're black. It's like you're trying to equip.
Oh no, I never said that.
No, not you. I'm saying that the argument. It's like you're trying to make them equivalent as to because they're black. It's like no, that's not why. It's because the whole Ironheart saga. It's like you're trying to shove down the SJW thing down your throat. And I hate that. What? It's like okay, so in like the comic, she goes to school, and it's like I forgot exactly how it went, but she goes to the teacher. SJW.
Social Justice Warrior.
Oh, okay.
The teacher, or she goes to the teacher. Why don't you give me any like hardships or something like that, And she's like, well, you're doing all right. I don't know why I would want to do that. Well, Rosa Parks had hardships, and Rosa Parks like other black influential leaders. It's like she wants to.
They shove it down the throat.
Yes, it's like she wants.
There are more subtle ways to bring forth a movement.
It's like she wants hardships because other black, I guess historical members. I don't know how the right word for it, but other black historical members because they had it. Like that's what they're saying. And it's just it's too much. It's really annoying. That's why I don't like the character. But Miles Morales is pretty cool. I can't wait to see him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. I'm very intrigued for that film.
I don't like the art style though.
Neither do I.
I've grown.
I think it has potential, but I don't like it.
I've grown used to it by now.
So yeah, final thoughts.
All I'll say is that Infinity War, after everything we said, it's a great film. Like, good gosh, it's somewhere in my top 5 already. Definitely in my top 5.
Maybe this might be my favorite one.
Yeah,
it might be.
It's so good. It's really good.
I
recommend you see it. If you haven't already, although if you
Watch
haven't
the
already, I'm
movie.
wondering why you're watching it. But
Yeah,
either way, thank you for listening. Either way,
why are you listening to this if you haven't seen the movie?
It was a great film. Go watch it. A lot of great character moments.
Fantastic.
A lot of great fight scenes.
Amazing.
And amazing villain. An amazing villain.
Hulk getting his shit stomped first 2 minutes in.
Did we even talk about this?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We talked about Thanos, yeah.
Oh! Also, Thanos is in Fortnite. Just put it down
Oh,
there.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
It's a weird crossover.
It's
but it
weird
does well.
but hilarious
It's pretty cool.
because they've been building up this whole meteorite thing in
Yeah.
the Fortnite community for a while, and no one expected it to be
The
related
Infinity
to
Gauntlet.
the Infinity Gauntlet.
I
Because
think- I don't think
basically,
it-
for
I
those
don't-
who don't,
I don't think they started it like that. I think they were gonna do the meteor thing, and they were like, you know what, we could do.
we can
Thanos.
do this later.
Like, they
They,
just
they
threw it
made
in
it
last
turn
minute.
into that. But yeah,
Exactly.
like for those of you who don't know, that whole meteor thing. If you follow the Fortnite community, there's this whole meteorite thing going on for the past couple of months in the Fortnite community in the map where like it looks like it's gonna hit the ground, and then finally they did a patch where it hits the ground, and what it ends up being is the Infinity Gauntlet. And when you pick up the Infinity Gauntlet, you become Thanos.
Yeah, he has
And,
a ground pound. You
yeah,
can
he
jump
has
really
a ground
high.
pound,
He has lasers.
really
he shoots,
high.
He has a power.
Shoots
The power.
lasers.
No. He shoots the power stone.
stone.
He's a power stone's out.
Yeah, and
I
it's
like that.
like,
It's pretty
and it's
cool.
and it's so freaking crazy, and it's like a one-shot kill, and it's insane. You can get killed as Thanos, but it's like, it's really hard, and it's insane. It's a definitely like Fortnite. Whatever you did to get Marvel to allow you to do that, good job. Kudos on you.
Yeah. Good movie. Go watch it if you haven't already. So
Yes, Saru?
so this is the end of our podcast. If you want to check us out anywhere else other than here, you can look at Twitter, what else? Instagram, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all that stuff. Check us out on Patreon. Don't forget our Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
Yeah, we have a Patreon.
And
Yes, we do.
I'm actually in the middle of working on a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff from our past episodes to put it on Patreon.
Cool.
As well as one thing I'll mention real quick is yes, there has been a lack of videos, but we didn't like finish making videos or anything. It's just that there's been a lot of stuff happening in the real world as
Life
as
is
well as
life, folks.
production wise as well. But yes, we're currently working on episodes of Random Ramblings as well as Media Mash and obviously the podcast. So
We're trying to
stay
work
tuned.
on conventions too in the
Yeah,
meantime.
we're in the middle of working on some conventions. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this will be probably the year with the least amount of conventions you'll see us, sadly. But
Sorry.
it's like it's either put forth effort to go to all these conventions or put forth effort to grow the channel, and as of right now, that takes priority. Along with all these projects that we're doing for the channel. But yes, so please make sure to stay tuned. Please subscribe and like, comments, everything. Just share the heck out of it. We're growing, and I'm very happy for that.
As I was saying, subtle look at Pedro. He didn't notice. I had to say it.
CC tab
Check us out on. Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
is Met Gala.
Check us out on
He looks like
Patreon. We also this podcast, you could see it everywhere that other podcasts are sold. So iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, the Google Play Store, and we're not on Spotify yet. I'm still working on Spotify. Spotify very hard to get, but I'm working hard for it.
Get in contact with us, Spotify.
Yeah.
We promise. We'll give you quality content.
Because they listen to those podcasts.
Yeah, of course.
I had
So
four toes
that's
for a
about it.
second.
If you guys want, if you guys,
don't know.
that's about it. So thanks for listening.
All right,
Bye.
see ya.